Welcome back. This is segment 6 with Carol Tannenbaum. I'm your host, Dr. Vikki, and we're discussing the future and reflection. Unlike other news here at WBAI, I am interested in an in-depth analysis. What was all going on and what has gone on with you, Carol, concerning 9/11? The bigger picture.
What I took away from 9/11, and I think that it's been my behavior for most of my life, as Richard Albert, formerly of Yale, I think, also known as Baba Ram Das, said, "Be here now." And it's a very difficult practice to be in the present moment, to be what they say in Hebrew, shomer, observant, to see what is going on around you. I make this my practice every day so that I can observe, reflect, and respond as opposed to reacting as in a knee-jerk reaction because there's an emotional trigger. And it takes a lot of discipline, sometimes more than I have at any given moment. But what I see around me is people connecting themselves to something else. I see people walking in the city all the time, glued to their iPod or whatever, and they're somewhere else now. They don't know what's going on around them. I'm surprised more people don't get hit by buses. But I think that it's important not only for survival, but for us to connect to each other. And I am always encountering people. I just try to have a lot of fun every day. I talk to the fruit vendor in the morning, the coffee guys. I have fun with my coworkers. Just for the listener's edification, I don't know if people are familiar with Borscht Belt humor, but it comes from the old Catskills comedians, where the Jewish culture was that life is so miserable, we got to laugh our way through this. And that's what the Buddhists say, too. Life is suffering. So I feel that the best way to get through it is to try to laugh. My mitzvah, my good deed, and I try to do something on a daily basis, is to get people to laugh. And if I have to make a fool of myself to do it, that's okay. I know who I am, and it's all in fun. I make my boss laugh, which she loves because she's stressed out most of the time. And I think that's a really good thing to do because people are tired, they're stressed, they're upset about things. So if we can laugh a little bit about life, it goes a long way. And I really just try to stay connected to people. When I go home at night, I want to be the recluse again. But during the day and when I'm out, it's fun. I just have a lot of fun. We never know when our lives are going to end, obviously. So I think people have said, a number of people have said to me that there must be some reason that God wanted you to live. And I've done a lot of reflection on that. I have not been able to come up with a concrete answer to that. But again, Dr. Epstein said, if you can just get through the day and do something good, you're doing just fine. And then we had spoken about my ultimate goal, which I don't know if you want to get into that now, but...
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I need to let everybody know, Carol and I have a back history, and we'll do that on a different segment about the back history. She was one of the first patients I had at Beth Israel, and that will be another show that we'll talk about, and how those skills reflect on so many other things in life. But go ahead. What are your plans, Carol?
Well, I need to keep working and supporting myself for the moment. But one thing that you and I have in common is our concern for ethics. And of course, I've made mistakes in my life, like most people, but I try to live my life in the most honest and ethical way that I can. One of my dreams, and I was actually inspired by a middle school teacher in New Jersey who developed an after-school program called Heroes of Conscience. And the program is based on reading books like To Kill a Mockingbird, movies, discussions about what should be important to these students, what's their civic responsibility, what's their responsibility to each other. I was so impressed with this. I thought about this over the years, about what I could do with that. And ultimately, what I would like to do is put together a curriculum for middle school students, because I think that's the right age to do it.
Good timing.
Yes. To instill ethics in them and to make it very real so they can relate to their everyday circumstances like bullying, cheating, that type of thing.
I think it's a great idea, and the Huffnagel Bioethics Foundation is behind you, and hopefully we can get our workshop together in October and work on this project long term. Perhaps take the 9/11 story and reflect on it as an issue of ethics as well, and the impact of reflection of, the attack, like, what shadow lurks to have caused that attack, I think the middle school time is really important. And during middle school, for me, was the Kennedy years. The view of America that I had and the world had at that time was we were the best. We were the best because we were putting our time, money, and effort in many ways to help other countries. I mean, CARE, going out and helping other countries develop, the Peace Corps. The Peace Corps was real then. The Peace Corps was real.
Yes.
And some of my best friends, Dr. Ed Austin in Michigan now, he's the person he is because he was in the Peace Corps. He's a special doctor.
It shapes people's lives.
It shapes people's lives. And these are the things that we lost.
Yes.
And how do we recapture them? I mean, being a country that focuses on doing good, not focuses on reality TV and the Kardashians and celebrity. I am very sick of all of this, and I don't think people realize how, infiltrating and addictive and really sick it is, pathological it is, when we have so much work to do to improve ourselves. We have, just to stay okay takes a lot of work. We'll be right back. This is WBAI. We're going to be on our last segment with Carol, and she's going to summarize the past and where it is today. We'll be right back.